What the fuck? Ok. Bah, comme d'hab, je regarderais pas mal à gauche. Parce qu'il y a des matchs Counter-Strike pour le Major. Donc. Alors. C'est vrai que j'avais pas. J'avais pas mis mes points de compétence. J'avais dit que je les ferais. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut se mettre? Ouais. Hmm. Je sais pas si je max qu'une compétence. J'ai quand même 2 points. Ouais. Par contre, les avantages, je mets 10 ans d'ici aussi parce que. Il y a rien de bien. On peut prendre ça. Hein. Ok. Et ça, par contre, on l'avait fait. Merde. C'est quoi, du coup, la mission? La cité des astres. Let's go.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Je suis venu ici? Ah oui.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in!
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you did.
Je rien à réparer en vrai. Ah, ils sont dans les rébus. Eh oui. Ok, ok. Je comprenais pas pourquoi. Je sais même plus comment ça. Ah, ça.
Anti-Cleo's pipe patch. All of the benefits of smoking a real pipe, none of the messy cleanup.
Attendez. Ouais. On va aller vendre les rébus et tout. Hein. Pas quelque chose à la merde. Oh, j'ai rien à vendre, ouais.
Spacer's Choice part of its song. A tiny song made with real
Stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times. Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important
Ah putain,
guard
attendez. Je vais
in
faire
the
ça tout de suite.
colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to
Eh oui,
just
c'est moi. Attendez. Ah si, voilà. On va régler ce petit truc là. Flashbang. Et pas faire ça. Hein. Arrêtez, mes yeux. Ok. Là on est bon. Je ferme le site. Et je vais trahir. Ah bah non, attendez. Je vais être sûr. Je vais être sûr. Je vais reprendre l'URL. Était. Est-ce que ça fonctionne? Ça ne fonctionne, mais pas du tout. Ok. Sur le site, ça fonctionne. Hein. Donc ça vient pas du site. Ça m'intrigue que ça fonctionne pas quand même. Attends, mais en fait, c'est un peu compliqué que ça. Hein. On va y arriver. En plus, il y a un monde où juste... Attendez. Ça, j'ai pas de test. Faites pas attention. Bonjour. Yes. C'est bon. Ça fonctionne. On a réussi les copains. Mais du coup j'en ai réactivé un. Parce que je suis sympa. Et le reste on est bon, c'est bon. On peut. C'est là que j'ai la résistance des ministres.
Yep, I've nearly made it to the top, my friend. I'm just 2 promotions away from on-the-job bathroom breaks. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka. Here's to me. Hey, you are really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another? It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a,
Ils ont bien
like a
retransmis l'alcoolique,
Manosaur.
hein.
You got
Ah,
a
le mec bourré.
Manosaur energy. Oh, laws. I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
Only 2? You got a ways to go.
Have you always been here? I didn't see you a minute ago.
Voilà
I
l'alcoolique.
really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Bois. Tu bois.
You sure sound like you know what you're talking about. Okay, here goes. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like purple berry crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Il était censé juste être bourré, il est mort. What the fuck. Oh le picto. savaient pas comment faire l'animation, ils l'ont fait mourir. Ça va plus vite, hein. On peut pas aller dans l'eau. Ah si.
Got your paperwork squared away?
Vous êtes bien discret, les gars.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
T'inquiète.
I don't know if I trust this so-called...
If this is about another
Putain, j'ai mis
Asia Wave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Fuck off!
Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I ain't buying it, boss. I said we check him for drugs.
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
So the chairman's a crook who can't be trusted? Who knew?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. After seeing this place, is it really a stretch? I've been confined to this house for years, and even I can tell you, things aren't right in Halcyon. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This colony's problems have always seemed to trickle down from the top. If we're set on fixing Halcyon, that's as good a place as any to start.
Exactly. And fix it we must. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Wait! Brockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Brockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're telling us you gathered up a whole mess of evidence on the board's corruption. How big is this cartridge again?
Large enough, I assure you. That's why you must transmit the data to the Earth Directorate and hope for their speedy intervention. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck.
What? What was that?
Oh, c'est compliqué. Oh, c'est compliqué, putain. La map d'avant gagne 7-1. Ils ont perdu 13-7. Et là... Et là... Pour ça, il perd 5-3 sur Mirage. Dernière map, évidemment. Sinon, ce serait pas drôle.
Marjorie Dalton and Archibald Harris are redecorating.
Oh, there! That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of it?
This property is off limits. Solicitors, lawyers... This ultimatum brought...
Je sais pas si c'est par ici. Du coup, j'ai pas l'indication. J'ai pas l'impression que ce soit par là.
The Acropolis District. What in the law's name are you on about?
Sure. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was...
Vamos.
Fortune's showing off.
Je crois du coup c'était à gauche, les fameux tunnels.
The board zone headquarters. Or as I like to call it, Jackass Central. State your business. Please step... Huh. I didn't realize... I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised... Now, let's see.
Oh, comme c'est de...
I was gonna suggest that myself. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms. And I can't afford the citations for impeding HA... Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So...
Don't worry, boss, I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right?
These ain't humorous types, Felix.
Alors pour l'instant c'est plutôt simple. Pour un truc sécurisé.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and... Ah. Oh, you were being serious. Will there be... Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you?
You could dismantle a single room of this place, sell the materials, and feed everyone on Monarch for a month.
Oh. Stylé. Giga stylé.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Ok, c'est vraiment la merde en fait. Ah ok, c'est la merde plus quoi.
I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. What? Oh.
C'est vraiment la merde sur Halcyon. Attends, mais je me rappelle que nous, on s'est réveillé dans une caisse biostase. Hein. Donc en vérité, est-ce qu'on joue pas un truc qui se passe déjà dans le passé? Parce que je suis en train de me poser comme question là. Ou alors, est-ce que c'est pas déjà arrivé sur une autre planète? Donc, la nôtre. Là, on était avant. Et que ils vont faire la même technique sur cette planète. Peut-être. Peut-être, je sais pas. Parce que là, nous, on se réveille dans un truc biostase et c'est le vieux qui nous réveille. Je sais plus son nom. C'est lui qui nous réveille de la caisse. Donc, c'est un peu ce qu'ils veulent faire là. Donc, je sais pas. Je sais pas trop. Je pense pas que ce soit un truc de... Tu rejoues un truc dans le passé ou quoi. Je pense que qu'on nous vient d'une autre planète et que ils veulent faire la même sur celle-ci.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone with...
What level clearance?
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rock... I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't...
Oh, shit. Comment je suis censé faire du coup?
No visitors allowed. Sure. Stop. Just don't let me catch...
Yeah, boss?
Ta gueule.
Soldier.
Allez, vous t'offrir, s'il te plaît. Nickel chrome. 7-6 Australis Aurora. Après il y a 3D Max sur ce match là qui... Eh, c'est la même cuve que ce que j'avais. Hein.
Let the record show that subject 23K.
Huh? What was that?
Hey, you!
No visitors allowed, citizen. What? Okay. Now you really have to go.
J'aurais pas eu. Ok, c'était pour être sûr. Ok. D'ici je peux, non? Ok, je peux. attends, mais... Non, ok.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I think you're being modest. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. Today the region is profitable for the first time in years. Its workers are productive. They might even be happy. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
La dernière chose. J'ai presque envie de répondre ça. J'ai très envie de répondre ça. Mais je sens que ça va bloquer les trucs si je réponds ça.
You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there... Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Signal parasité, faut aller vous faire foutre. Oh bordel.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause.
Oui, je suis d'accord.
Do you realize what this means for the
c'est pas un plan, c'est...
for your fellow colonists?
Tu stagnes juste la situation. Voilà.
The board's going to kill them all, toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured. But regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans.
Hey, you got a minute?
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of... No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Thrilling tales. I'm partial to that. Not bad. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. Enough to boost my pay? I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing.
D'accord, Félix, frérot, plus jamais tu me parles. « 11-9 pour Astralis. Et Aurora qui va perdre, je pense. Comme des giga cons. Ils ont merdé sur train, les cons.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his Welcome back. How can I... May luck be... We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I...
Stylé. Bon, normalement ça va faire 11-10. Parce que Astralis sont en écho. Aurora en full buy. Normalement 11-10.
We're not exploding, so I guess it worked.
Oh, ça chie. Bon, j'ai tout mis dedans, frérot. De toute façon, je vais pas dépenser ma thune. Voilà.
Poor bastards. They're never gonna wake up. At least we could do this barrier.
Op system. Sweeping the error. Hope crew data not. Error. Registered.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found. That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to... Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped view. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executable. Search... Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the war and also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain?
Let's go.
Starting the skip drive.
Worst way is to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3...
ADA. Does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered?
That is what my captain...
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero-Point Drives Corp and I will...
Yes.
You should not be doing this.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are...
Oh, let's go, petite cinématique. Putain, mais faites-moi une série bien de SF. S'il vous plaît. Parce que Fondation était tellement bien parti, Mission 2 est tellement à chier, c'est affligeant. Mais là je bande. C'était cool.
I reported it. As much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Huh? What was that? What? Thought I saw something. I don't recognize you. I'm just trying to make... Yeah. Don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
C'est un 4v3 pour Aurora. Après c'est une attaque A, c'est 4v2, 3v2. Attendez. 2v2. 2v1. Waouh, oh, ils ont turbo troll. Ils ont turbo trollé. Hein. Putain mais Aurora, j'aime trop l'équipe. Hein. Oh, j'adore cette équipe, mais ils trollent trop, sérieux. Putain, sérieux, ils ont perdu ça, frère. Ils étaient en 4v3. Et encore, parce que, en vrai, le 3v2 est arrivé quasiment en même temps. Donc en vrai, c'était un 4v2, frère. 4v2 pour ton overtime qui te permet de sauver la map. Et non, tu l'assures pas.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
Il est tellement mort.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back. How can... I'll be here. Remember that you are not...
Putain, je suis deg pour eux, quoi. J'aime trop cette équipe, mais ils sont vraiment inconsistants. Et les mecs ont zéro mental, quoi. En fait, ils ont du mental quand ils veulent. C'est assez casse-couille. Mais du monde. Bah. Ouais, donc c'était exactement la même cuve. Là, ils l'ont pas buté, ils l'ont juste capturé. Ok, on n'a rien appris de exceptionnel. On lui pique tout, hein. Il est plus là de toute façon. Terrible. Je suis désolé. Terrible. C'était marqué quoi? Ok. Ah, ils m'ont donné une nouvelle quête pour le DLC. Mais ça, c'est une quête secondaire, hein, si jamais. C'est pas une quête principale. La quête principale du truc est terminée. Je viens de dépenser toute ma thune dans ce putain de truc. Vous auriez peut-être pu me le donner avant, non? Je sais pas, hein, pas simple. Je peux peut-être l'améliorer un peu, mais... Il n'y en a pas ici. Non, il n'y en a pas ici. Il y en a dans le vaisseau. On a une arme un petit peu sympa du coup. Enfin. On a l'élément chelou là. L'élément chelou que. Alors, soit j'ai pas eu de chat de toute ma run. Enfin, de toute ma save. Mais je peux pas le mettre à mon arme ce truc. C'est d'être un truc spécial, pardon. Ce truc là. Attends, je vais vérifier. Toi par exemple. Ah, tu vois que Elec. Ça c'est électrique. Ouais, voilà. Attends, mais le conseil de me détester. Hein. Avec colère.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
And here we are, entertaining the notion of busting him out. That's insane. And likely a hell of a lot of fun.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak...
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose.
Let Sam get the grime up.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain. Which...
Got my trusty tossball stick.
Outstanding.
Command.
Waiting on your command.
C'est vrai qu'il me manque 3 persos qu'on a jamais... Mais je pense que... Un des persos qu'on pourrait recruter, c'est la meuf qui nous propose de faire visiter la ville et tout, là. Dans... Là-bas, là, Edgewater.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters. So you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Donc ouais, et le reste... Ah, ok, si je veux faire un truc, c'est maintenant, globalement. Je suis en train de réfléchir. Non, je crois qu'on est bon. Hein. Ouais, je crois qu'on est bon.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make depart... Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving...
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized. Your ship is not permitted to leave until you remit only after...
Captain, I would not...
All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee. Tartarus Docking Authority.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. How can I be of assistance? I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Ils ont fermé les volets et tout.
I think I'll initiate...
Mais il m'en manque 3. Donc je pense que c'est la meuf du garage. Et les 2 autres, j'en sais rien du tout par contre. Parce que je vois pas qui ça pouvait être. Peut-être le deuxième robot là qui est mort. Qui est mort. Quand on a. Bah, du coup, c'est au dernier stream. Enfin, le dernier VOD là. J'ai oublié son nom. Qu'on a rechargé avec la batterie d'une autre. Ça, puis après, il y en a un, je sais pas qui. Attendez, par curiosité. Alors. Ok, là j'ai un truc de 2019, parce que là putain il montait un truc du 2. Il y a Ellie, il y a Phoenix, il y a Viscera. Ah, mais ça me dit pas... Ok. Ah bah attends, le pire je peux peut-être vous... Hop. Hop. Donc là c'était où ça? Ouais, mais je vois pas où... Ok. Ça c'est Félix. On l'a pas creusé du tout ce gars. Ok, on l'a. Putain, bah j'avais raison. Elle, c'est la genre de garagiste là. Ouais, ouais, c'est ça. Et par contre, les deux autres, elle, j'en ai aucun ce jeu. Elle m'a pas marqué. Bref. Ok, ok. Oh, c'est pas du spoil en soi, hein. Si j'avais fait bien le jeu, on aurait pu les avoir. Juste on regarde pour avoir l'info quoi. Tranquille, mec.
Too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
Mais ok.
They say nobody's ever broken out of the labyrinth. Didn't say nothing about breaking in, though.
On va être honnête. Les compagnons ne servent que... Enfin, moi je trouve en tout cas... à augmenter vos stats perso pour certains trucs. Hein. Parce que sinon le jeu n'est pas ultra dur. Et vous pouvez largement faire le jeu tout seul. Sachant qu'il y a des compétences, si vous jouez tout seul, qui vous aident.
Hey kid, a little bird told me you could use our help. I said I owed you one, and I always pay my debts.
Oh.
you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Non, ils se sont fait arracher. Ils se sont fait arracher.
Hold it. Yeah? You're not... Hey, keep your... What was that?
Better check it out.
You're not worth the paper. Got a promotion coming. I can feel it.
Ils sont tellement sacrifiés pour rien. Frère, j'avais besoin de vous. Hein. Ouh. C'est avant le boss, ça, les gars. Je vous le dis. Je sais reconnaître une salle de boss quand c'est une salle de boss. Et on voit juste tout apparaître. Globalement. Ils auraient dû faire en sorte qu'en fait tu puisses pas te faire passer pour quelqu'un d'autre, le truc. J'ai oublié la technologie, enfin le nom que ça avait. Parce que du coup ça rend la zone pas dangereuse du tout. Sachant qu'en plus t'as le droit à 3 erreurs. Et ça se reset si tu sors de la zone et que tu reviens. Ils auraient dû faire en sorte que tu puisses pas, tu vois. Et point. En mode, faut que tu sois discret, sinon c'est mort. Et là pour le coup ça aurait été plus stylé leur sacrifice aux autres.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Are you new here? Oh.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. And I see you've brought the kid along.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur,
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in him.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most... It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us but that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crack. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our start. I don't know what... Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress toward... If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes. I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need some...
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
Ah ouais, carrément.
You're damn right.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony...
J'ai un frisson, les frères. Il fait un peu froid dans ma piole là. Dire qu'on se pèle un peu les couilles là.
I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Tous ceux qui m'ont la tapette, bien sûr. Il y a des mecs qui sont en train de crever juste en bas, le frère. Il y a des cris et tout. Oh, le calme avant la tempête.
Captain, you have an uncanny... You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty. I'm afraid I can't do that. To your credit, Captain, you are one of the colony's finest specialists. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and there... Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you... I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I say, leaving you alive is too great a risk. I had a feeling you'd say. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate... And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Tu me diras, elle pense que je vais die. T'es malade. Putain. Vas-y. Bouffon. Bon, c'était simple. Ah, s'est fait exterminer sa mère.
Get me out of here!
Je lui ai bousillé la gueule.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Ok.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered sublight salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The sublight family would thrive for years to come. After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend. As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice." As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your
Et
action.
il me parle des trucs de DLC quand
The
même. Hein.
Gorgon Project created divisions among Wells' newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses. Minnie Ambrose made a compelling case for the benefits of an improved Adrenatime formula, one that could reinvigorate Halcyon's exhausted, malnourished workforce as they fought for survival in a new and uncertain world. She led the project, committed to reasonable schedules and honest reporting. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life.
Donc,
The colony had
bon,
moved on
ils avaient pas
from
envie de faire un truc
Halcyon
avec elle.
Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come.
C'est vraiment. Oh, elle a disparu.
And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Ah, ça y est. Eh oui, ça y est. Et ben on a enfin fini le jeu. On a enfin fini le jeu. Eh ben, écoutez. Le jeu au global était très sympa. Franchement, c'est un très bon jeu. Tu peux vraiment y jouer pendant des heures et des heures et des heures et tout. Il y a... Enfin, en vrai je dis ça, mais j'ai pas tant d'heures que ça. Je pense que si on compte toutes les quêtes secondaires que tu peux avoir... moi je suis à 30 heures de jeu, je crois. Je pense que tu peux aller vers les 45 heures. Je crois que sur Long to Beat, le max avec tous les DLC, je crois que c'est 45 heures. C'est assez long, ça va en vrai. Franchement, 45 heures, ça passe. Mais la fin... Ouais. La fin me fait penser un peu à un film typique de film américain d'action, tu vois, en mode expandable, tu vois. En mode... hop, au final, les gentils ils gagnent, puis à la fin, lui il est vivant, puis après, machin. Ouais. Voilà quoi. Mais ça reste un très bon jeu, franchement, j'ai passé un bon moment à y jouer. Et bah, du coup, ça, ce petit message, c'est pour YouTube. Merci à ceux qui regarderont la dernière VOD du jeu. Je sais pas quel jeu on commencera en let's play, on va dire, par la suite. En tout cas, The Outer World, c'est finito. On a terminé le jeu. et c'était bien cool, je vous le recommande si vous l'avez ou si vous l'avez pas fait. C'est vraiment très sympa à jouer. Donc voilà. Bref, moi je fais cut, je suis explosé, je suis un peu fatigué. Moi je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, une bonne nuit et tout. Et on verra ce qu'on commencera en let's play la prochaine fois ou à quoi on jouera. Sur ce, je vous fais des bisous, je vous dis à la prochaine, des bisous, bye bye, ciao.